So if you want to talk about the who, what, why, where soil testing, then soil testing, everybody should be doing soil testing. I associate soil testing with whenever you have production or you're growing for aesthetics, then you should be thinking about soil testing. And I associate it with changing the oil in your car. So if you buy a new car, every so often you're going to change your oil, just like you every so often you should be thinking about soil testing. And you change the oil in the car based on how many miles you drive, how intense of mileage you're putting on the car. The same thing for soil testing. When should you soil test? Is depending upon the intensity. So if you're growing a lot of high value crops like vegetables, they tend to pull out a lot of nutrients out of the soil. And so you've got to be able to replace them. And just like if you're driving a lot of miles, you got to change that oil much more often. So the higher the value crop, you can spend the money to tweak the fertility and make sure that it stays in line. Now, where should you soil sample? The best thing is to sample the different soil types. And so you're looking, just to start off, it would be high ground, low ground, or light colored ground versus black ground. Sample each of those separately, put them in separate bags, and send them off into the lab so that if we need to treat those areas specifically, we can. And it will be much cheaper. A lot of times you'll see that the high ground is a lot poorer. I've also seen the lower ground much poorer, but if we need to put more on to balance that soil, then doing that by having the different samples is good. Now, if we have a lot of beds that we're growing flowers or vegetables in, if you've got a bed that's giving you problems, separate that out. And maybe you want to take where you're having some of the best production. And this way you can compare them and see where you might improve that bed that's giving you some problems.